what's up, all you action figure enthusiasts out there? JC here, and back with the Wednesday edition of TNInews. And we got a decent amount of stuff to go over today. But before we get into today's news, let's just do a quick roll call, see who's in the house. So we've got Austin here. Happy Wednesday to you. Jeremy is here as well. Also, happy Wednesday. Leo is in the house. What is up, my friend? Zim is in the house. Good to see you. John is in the house. Also good to see you. Oceano, good to see you. Happy hump day to you. Mr. Allmine, good to see you as well. Phil is here. Good afternoon to you. Alonzo's in the house as well. Hanzo's in the house. What's up? John from Ireland is here, so it looks like we got a pretty full house. Hobgoblin's in the house from 1985. William is here as well. Good afternoon. Quinn's Comics, good to see you, my friend. Hopefully all is going well with you. Is the construction? Yes, they are done. I guess Friday was their last day, so but we should have peace and quiet today. John is in the house. What is up? Turtle Dave is here. Good to see you, my friend. Judge Dreads is also in the house. So, like I said, looks like we got a pretty full house here. So let's just jump into the news. So we have over here. So let's start off with some Marvel news. So first of all, as I told you guys last week, our next Marvel Legend pre-order will be this coming Thursday. It will be that Fantastic Four She-Hulk figure. So with the retro card back. So this is a fan channel. So I don't know if Amazon will have this one or not. But MSRP is $24.99. I don't know, with tariffs and stuff. Some places may have it higher, but again, MSRP is $24.99. Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, available at places like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. So if this is one that you wanted to add to your collection, again, this should be the next Marvel Legend pre-order for this week. And this is one I probably will pick up just to go with my Fantastic Four team. And then also, Dan Young has confirmed that we will be getting a third Maximum figure this year in 2025. Now, we've already talked about what that likely will be. I told you that there should be a third one coming this year. So Dan Young did not reveal the identity of the third figure, but again, based on what I've seen, it looks like that third figure will be a new Deadpool figure. So, not confirmed by Hasbro. Deadpool has not been officially confirmed, so we will treat that as rumor. Things can change. We saw with the Daredevil figures that I had seen 3, and we only ended up getting 2. I was right about the one that it was, but the third one did not seem to materialize. So, but again, seems like I'm on the right track here. I told you guys a while ago that we were getting a third one this year, and again, Deadpool, I believe, will be the third figure. What will make it Maximum? I have no idea. I don't know if it'll be an all new sculpt. I don't know what kind of I have very little details on this one, other than again, it should be a Deadpool. So, when more details, of course, do become officially available, I will be sure to bring that to your guys' attention. For you Mafex fans, we've got the Wakanda Forever Shuri figure. Should be going up for pre-order today. Big Bad Toy Store has not yet listed it, but again, this should be this new Mafex figure should be going up soon. A pretty decent looking unmasked head sculpt. You can get her power effects. So we should be seeing her again in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday movie. Whether she has a different outfit or not, I don't know, but only time will tell. I think that's pretty much it on the Marvel front for action figure news. Not much else has happened since last week. So, and don't forget, again, this week will be She Hulk. Next week, the last day of the month on the 30th, which I believe is Tuesday, we will get that Amazon 2-pack with the Madam Mask and the new Crossbones. And remember, this is what Madam Mask will look like with the white on the torso. Originally, they had shown her with black, but the white is the version that you'll get. So, again, this one will be an Amazon exclusive going up next week on the 30th. And then following that, we will get the Thunderbolt figure 2-packs. The first 2 weeks of May. So the first one will be the Red Guardian and the Ilana 2-pack. That goes up on May 1st. So that actually is next week as well. So we're actually getting 2 pre-orders next week. So that Wednesday, this first 2-pack. And then the following week, on May 8th, is when we will get the Bob or Sentry or Void, whatever you want to call him, and Walker or U.S. Agent, again, whatever you want to call him. That one will go up. And of course, Thunderbolts opens in theaters on May 2nd. So that is your Marvel roundup. Let's jump over to some Transformer news. So yesterday we got the announcement of a new collab. If you've ever wanted Transformers as NFL football players, then you've got these new figures that are available exclusively, at least for now, exclusively on Amazon. So you've got one for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Steel Smash, Dallas Cowboys, Star Blitz, Green Bay Packers, Tundra Prime, and Kansas City Chiefs, KC-59. So again, it's a collab between the NFL and Hasbro for Transformer football figures, which transform into helmets. So, yeah, it's kind of a cool. If you're a big NFL fan, that's kind of a cool idea, I guess. Now, these went up again. These went up for pre-order on Amazon's website this week. Yesterday, I believe it was. So, I assume if these sell well, they'll probably do additional, team helmets. But these are the first 4 that they're doing. So, and the cost on these is 20. Looks like $25 each. So, not too bad. Let's jump over to Star Wars. So going up for pre-order is Target exclusives based on Andor. We've got Black Series Jedha Patrol Stormtrooper and Range Trooper. Maybe Jedha the Patrol figure is technically based on Rogue One. I don't know, but this dude definitely appeared in the first episode of Andor. Obviously, we saw these guys the first time in the Han Solo movie, but Andor is what this one is falling under, and we've gotten similar versions of these figures before. But again, both of these are available on Target. They went up today. I have not checked to see if they've sold out. Nope, the Trooper is still available, and the Range Trooper also still available. So if you want to get them, they're $24.99 each. And again, these are being offered exclusively through Target. Now, I will tell you, I watched the first 3 episodes of Andor last night. The first 3 episodes of season 2 premiered on Disney Plus. I'm not going to go into spoilers here, but I got to be honest, I was not impressed. Maybe the last 15 minutes of episode 3 was okay. It was like we went through all this stuff to get to like these last 15 minutes. Is kind of how I came away feeling last night after watching the first three episodes. So very, to me, just very boring, very convoluted. Just didn't really seem to be going anywhere. Just not very tight storytelling to me. So um, I've seen all these raving reviews or whatever that this is like the best Star Wars, and I don't know. I didn't see it. I didn't hate season one. I didn't think it was fantastic. I like Rogue One. I really like Rogue One, but season one was okay. But I felt like at least starting off with these first three episodes, season two, I am definitely giving thumbs down for the time being. Let's see, Hanzo, my New York Jets transformers into a dumpster fire every year. I know that feeling. My team had a good year for the first time in forever last year, but I do know that feeling. Hopefully, the joints are a different color on She Hulk, like the last one, from the Iron Man retro wave. Pasiano didn't realize that Hanzo. I still want that one too. How much will the max? I don't have a cost on that, but I'm going to assume it's probably going to cost the same as Spider Man. Um, but I don't have pricing information. We won't get that until at least until it's officially announced. And I don't. It's towards the end of the year, so we might see it at like San Diego Comic Con, but I don't know exactly when they're going to reveal it officially. Steve Areno, greetings. No problem. Better late than never. A Star Wars Black Series. The Ronin is still up on Pulse. Yeah, it went up on Pulse this week. I haven't looked, but I guess it sold out on Amazon. Actually, I got my I ordered mine off Amazon. I got it on well, it was supposed to originally be here on Sunday, and it got delayed and was delivered on Monday. But I already have mine that I pre-ordered off of Amazon, and like I saw some people that like got it the same day when it went up last Friday. A movie for Mondo. I am hoping the Mandalorian movie will be good, but I don't know. Jay, I agree. I was not impressed with Andor, just like with season one. And see, I didn't hate season one. I definitely felt like it dragged at times, but this one just like I don't know, just I don't know. It's just like, and I feel like there's so much potential with like stories that they could be doing with at this point in time. I mean, because if you go back to like the Rebels cartoon, which took place fairly close to around the same time period, and you had all the different leadership within the Empire vying for resources for like the Death Star and like Thrawn's Tie fight. In fact, when we started off with the Tie Fighter in the series, I thought that's maybe where they were going to go with, because Thrawn in the Rebels cartoon during this around this time period, he was working on, this new advanced Tie Fighter program. So, and you had Moff Gideon's clone project, and you had so it just like you could be delving into that, and instead we get this thing with this guy and his mother, and it's like, what the hell are we doing here? I don't know. Anyway, um, Rona sold out on Amazon except for scalpers trying to rip people off. I assume you mean third party sellers. So yeah. Oh, one other quick Star Wars piece of news. Um, Also, this week going up for pre-order was a new role play helmet. This was also yesterday. So the Death Trooper electronic helmet. So the green lights and everything. So this was announced during Celebration. So again, that went up for pre-order. 99.99 is the MSRP on this one. So if you're into the Black Series helmets, this is one that you might want to check out. All right, let's see what else. For you Predator fans, if you haven't seen it, new Badlands, Predator Badlands. I'm not going to play it here because I don't want to ding, but Predator Badlands teaser trailer. This is hitting theaters, not to be mistaken with animated series coming to Hulu. But a lot of Predator stuff coming. Mezco, if you've ever wanted a butler frog, now is your chance with this Woodford frog. Has multiple hands, pulsable eyes, serves drinks. I don't know. It's kind of a funny figure. Has an eye patch. So Woodford. This is part of the 112 Collective line. This one's going to cost you $116. So this frog ain't cheap, but there you go. It is offered exclusively on the Mezco website. So, like I say, if you've ever wanted a frog that kind of does a little bit of everything, then this is one that you might want to check out. For you Masters of the Universe fans, we talked about this one last week, but it is now available on the Mattel Creations website. This is the Hurricane Hordak figure. This is part of the Origins line. So, again, this is offered exclusively through Mattel Creations, and the cost of this one is $25. Um, it went up first at Club Grayskull members. Actually, I guess tomorrow you got to wait. If you're unless you're a Club Grayskull member, you got to wait until tomorrow. But I don't think it's going to sell out. So, $35, $10 if you want the Club Grayskull membership. But but again, that one went up on the Mattel Creations website. For AEW fans, we've got a new House of Black 3-pack that's being offered through the Jazzwares Vault website. So this Brody King, Black, and Matthews. So it is still available if you want to get it. It's in stock. So again, $90 for that one. Again, through Jazzwares Vault website. We'll save McFarlane for last. NECA has up for pre-order at places like Big Bad Toy Store, a utility belt replica bundles set. So they've offered this before, but again, you can get it. Big Bad Toy Store currently has it for $90. So based on '89 Batman, has all kinds of gadgets, Batarang. So like I said, they've offered this before, but I guess as a not as a bundle. I think it was previously just offered on the NECA website. Also, for you Mafex fans, a new Dawn of Justice Superman 2.0. Can't say that really looks like Henry Cavill too much, but you get several angry faces as well. So, again, like with the Black Panther figure, it's not yet gone up for pre order, but should be going up very soon at places like Big Bad Toy Store. These showed up online off of Discord. So if you've been collecting these Sega figures from Jack Pacific, we've got two new ones from Golden Axe and the Forge of Shinobi. So, these are 4-inch ish, I want to say. Usually found at places like Walmart. NECA, for you NECA fans, we talked about the bat. We got a new April every Wednesday we get a new April figure reveal from NECA. So this time we've got to look at a prototype for the Last Ronin Nightcrawler April. So no idea when this will be available, but again, this one is coming. This obviously is an unpainted prototype, but joining that Nightcrawler line with the black and red, colors and everything, Casey Jones and stuff. And then we started to get this week's Target Haulathon previews. So going up on Friday, we will see this 2-pack with Tattoo and Worm. So a lot of these have already been hitting physical stores, but if you don't want to have to hunt for them, again, this Friday, this set will be going up for pre-order at 9 a.m. on Target's website. We also got this one from Mirage Comics, Old Man Raphael. So that one will also be going up. This one is not a Target exclusive, so eventually it will be available elsewhere. But if you want to add it, again, look for this one to go up this Friday. They'll continue to do previews throughout the week until we get to Friday. So, but right now, as I'm talking to you guys, those are the only two things that they've shown off for this week's haulathon. All right, let's get into McFarlane. So first of all, for pre-order today, the newest pre-order from McFarlane are these Batman the animated, or I'm sorry, not animated, but Batman Adventures, the new Batman Adventures Batman figures. These are essentially just reissues of the older DC Direct figures, but we've got Mr. Freeze, Silver Batman, and the Demon. These were supposed to go up for pre-order. What was it, 1 or 2 weeks ago, but they got delayed. Now they are available for pre-order. I don't think they've sold out anywhere. Maybe they have. No, they're still available. Um, both Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. So, uh, Entertainment Earth has sold out of their case assortment. I don't think there's some kind of Batman chase listed here. I don't know what exactly that looks like. A Platinum series. So, I guess there is a Batman in this wave, but I don't know what it is exactly. So. This week also kicks off GameStop week with McFarlane Toys, starting on April 27th through May 3rd. So they will have some exclusives, which they actually announced. I believe it was WonderCon. Blood Axe with Horse. There's a regular version, but then there's this flame version. So this will go up during that GameStop event. I don't know if they'll have other items, probably, but that was definitely announced at WonderCon. So again, that kicks off this week. Um, Cyborg Superman and Gold Label Cyborg Superman have popped up online. The real Dallas James on Instagram posted these images. I think these are from overseas. I don't think these have hit the United States. So I can't tell you exactly what's going on with the Cyborg Superman here. At WonderCon, this regular Cyborg Superman was listed as a red platinum edition figure, but you can see there is no red platinum sticker on this particular image, so I don't know why that is. I will tell you that Entertainment Earth when that wave with the cowboy Batman and the armored Hal Jordan and so you can see this is from WonderCon where you can see the red platinum. It was listed as red platinum. And then you can see here on Entertainment Earth, they had listed Cyborg Superman as part of this case. Now, that's possible that that's incorrect information. I don't know. I know like Jade is in this wave. There is some type of variant of Eradicator Superman that we've seen pop up. You can see that here. So I don't know if that Cyborg Superman will ship with that wave or with a later wave. I can't even tell you since we've seen some conflicting things here whether the Cyborg Superman will be in fact a red platinum figure. So we'll just have to wait and see. Definitely confusing. All these platinum chase figures, it is getting really, really confusing and hard to keep up. The Alfred figure that went up for pre-order, that is supposed to have um, this final suit Riddler in it, which they announced it at their McFarlane Toy Show episode 3, and that has also popped up online again, I believe from overseas. So I don't think that's hit here in the United States yet. But but here's a look at that figure, which does have the red platinum edition figure on it. So that is going to be a chase, likely shipping with the Alfred figures. Here's some gold label, black and white versions, chase versions of the Batman and Lieutenant Gordon from Year One, Part 4. So these are Walmart exclusives. The regular versions are Walmart exclusives. You may recall they went up briefly for like 2 seconds on Walmart's website and then sold out very quickly. Still not available for purchase, but those are the regular versions, and it looks like there's some black and white versions getting released as well. Um, Batman the Animated Series figures were supposed to go up with the Bruce Wayne Build-A-Figure. We're supposed to go up on Target's website. They are currently listed on Target's website, but not available. I've seen conflicting reports. Some people said if you were logged in and you could add it to your cart and check out for like 2 seconds. I never saw them actually available. They are hitting physical stores, but again, just kind of a real, don't know what's going on with that stuff. But again, that Bruce Wayne Batman animated series Build-A-Figure wave is hitting physical stores, and they're listed online, but not currently available for purchase online. Let's see. Here's a look at the Jade figure. So again, this is a chase that's supposed to be in the case with the armored Hal Jordan figure. So these images come via Rob Toys on Instagram, so check him out. But again, that's another platinum chase figure. Superman movie. So we talked a little bit about this last week. So for you DC Superpower fans, a lot of confusion on this set last week. A lot of people thought the regular version of this Fortress of Solitude playset was going to come with the robot figure, which is featured on the packaging. However, if you look at the fine print, it says figure sold separately. So based on overseas listings, there is a gold label version of this playset coming that will have Robot 4, possibly Amazon, but I won't say that for sure. There's been some seen listings of it on Amazon's website, but these days that doesn't necessarily mean anything, especially if it's Amazon Canada, because Amazon Canada often has like Target exclusives because there are no Targets in Canada. So I don't know exactly how this gold label version of the playset will be released, but that's the version that will have the robot figure, not the regular version that went up everywhere last week. So even though it's featured on the packaging, with the regular version, the robot figure will not be included. Neither will Superman. There are no figures included with the regular version of the Fortress of Solitude. Now, last week, while these didn't go up for pre-order, McFarlane did preview their Lex Luthor, their Mr. Terrific, and 7-inch scale robot number 4. So here, again, we have conflicting information at this time. So Lex Luthor is listed on Walmart's website. No images, not available for purchase, but it is listed there. So is robot number 4, listed on Walmart's website. Again, no images, not available for purchase, but it is listed there. And then a figure that we've not yet seen a preview, barely seen him in the trailers, is the dude with all the black outfit, the all black outfit that like tackles him in the stadium. But Ultraman will be getting a figure as well, and he's listed on Walmart's website. Where it gets a little confusing is, and Mr. Terrific, which they showed the preview for, is not listed on Walmart's website. And based on overseas listings, both Robot number 4 and Mr. Terrific are actually listed as chase figures. So I don't know if I assume Lex Luthor will be a standard release, probably Ultraman, but it is possible, even though Robot 4 there is a listing on Walmart for Robot 4, it is possible that he could end up being like a platinum chase figure. Same thing with Mr. Terrific. It's also possible there will be regular versions and platinum versions. I don't know, so that's where it gets confusing. So when we get more details on these, I'll let you know. But again, definitely there's going to be some chase with these Superman movie figures. There's also a gold label battle damaged Superman figure and a gold label villain figure. Didn't list the name, but I'm going to guess probably Ultraman, maybe Lex Luthor. And those will be some type of store exclusive, but I don't know what store those will be exclusive to. All right. Well, that I believe catches you guys all up to date in the whirlwind of McFarlane Platinum Chase figures and everything else. Let's see. Prime One Collector. What's the current status of the Mandalorian? No, movie comes out next year. That was announced. That was announced at Celebration last weekend. Next Star Wars movie comes out May or May 22nd, 2026, which again is the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Also, we'll have Sigourney Weaver in it, and then the following year in 2027 will be Star Wars Starfighter with Ryan Gosling. So, but Mandalorian and Grogu will next be seen in movie theaters. Mr. All Mine haven't started Andor season 2 yet. Well, just premiered last night with 3 episodes, so I definitely not talking spoilers today. I was not impressed with it. Phil, Cowboy fan, boo, boo on Cowboys. At least we're not getting Andor season 3. Well, we kind of got Andor. We started with Andor season 3, which is called Star Wars Rogue One, which I actually really like. I like Rogue One. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Oh, you know what? I don't think we talked about that one. So, Four Horsemen announced their new figure Obscura with this elephant lad packed with a lot of accessories. Ganesha, I guess how you say his name. I'm just going to call him Elephant Man. This figure is $70. Went up on Store Horseman. I haven't looked to see if it's sold out. Looks like so you can still just get the regular figure, but like the set with all the extra stuff has sold out. But yeah, looks pretty cool. I mean, I can't say I've ever had a burning desire for an elephant figure, but seems pretty cool. So again, that's a this version is offered exclusively on the Store Horseman website. I assume at some point there will be a retail version like there usually is with those figures, but Judge Dredd might check out a Predator, the Predator movie. Looks like based on the trailer, there's going to be some new connection with aliens and Predator in that one. Mr. Allmine, that super expensive Froggy. Yeah, the Mezco figure. Yeah, that one's not cheap. When does Batman Returns figures go up for pre-order? Radar, I'm not sure. I don't have any dates on that. CJ Prime says he's over the DC line. I gotta be. I'm kind of like, especially with like all these chase and platinums and stuff. I'm kind of like, you know what? I mean, I'm not saying I won't pick up anymore, but I really am kind of like at this point where I'm like, I'm just gonna wait and see what Mattel ends up giving us next year. Jeremy says was hoping to hear about the page Turco April from Secret of the Ooze by NECA maybe next week since it's last Tuesday for April Takeover. I haven't heard anything on that, but I guess it's always possible. I was thinking we might get an update on that April figure with the yellow jumpsuit that they teased several years ago. We need Will Smith in a Star Wars movie. Okay. Said nobody ever. Matthew, I picked up both versions of Doctor Fate multiverse figures. Which one should I open? I'd open the one with the brighter yellow. I think that was the regular version, right? I get confused. Yeah, that was the regular version. So that's the if I had that figure, that's the one I would display on my shelf. I didn't like the I didn't like the platinum one for that one. We already talked about the Transformer football helmets. I still assume that for the first wave, they put in the losing team and not the winning one of the last Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't know how deep they'll go on those. My guess is it'll depend on how well they sell. It kind of reminds me of like if you used to watch Fox, the NFL and Fox, and they had the robot, and like I have, like they would sell the robot. He didn't transform, but they had that robot, and like like they would actually sell that robot with like your team on it. So that's what it kind of reminded me of. I have the one with the Washington Redskins, which back then was the Redskins, not the Commanders. But again, I assume if they sell well, they'll do others. The Grey Ghost Target emailed me. The NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Shredder has shipped. Nice. I ended up pre-ordering that one. I just it's nicer than the first cartoon Shredder, but I haven't gotten any updates on its shipping. Star Wars Black Series stuff has been a tad better with Savage Obrisk, Bakura, Prince Sixer, Dagon, Moff Gideon, Dark Troop. I do want to get the Moff Gideon. I haven't gotten it yet. I didn't pre-order it, but I do want to get the Moff Gideon Dark Trooper armor figure. I don't know about the Night Sister one. That was one they showed off at a celebration, but I do want the Moff Gideon Dark Trooper. Okay, what are your thoughts on how different toy retailers are handling tariffs, and is it affecting your collecting decisions? A little bit. Um, as far as it's like Big Bad Toy. I think we talked a little bit about this last week. Big Bad Toy Store, where they're basically telling you they're listing the regular price, but then depending if the tariffs are in effect. And I will say, the latest news as of this morning was that Trump was backing down on his China tariffs. So I'm not, until, I'm not going to say the threat is over, but I am going to say that there's at least possibly a, a, a glimpse of light at the end of the tunnel here. So we'll see what happens over the course of the next several days, and it may change 10 times between now and then. But again, some indication that maybe things will be ratcheted down with the trade war, and at that point, my hope is prices will go back to fairly normal. But as far as like Entertainment Earth, where they just tack the price on up front, or Big Bad Toy Store, where they say they'll come back and let you know what the final price will be with the tariffs. It's hard to say which one I think is better. I definitely, and I don't blame anyone who does this, but going to Amazon, I think a lot of people have been looking at Amazon more. Um, so I certainly have probably picked up a couple more things off of Amazon than I normally would have. But so we really haven't gotten deep into this stuff yet. And again, it could go either way. If it the longer it drags out, the worse it'll get. But I think everyone's keeping their fingers crossed that it won't get that bad. and things will reverse course. And like I say, based on today's news, and again, I could change like 20 times. It does look like maybe we're getting some hope. Like companies like I know XO dash six EXO dash six. I think that yeah EXO dash six. They announced that they were no longer going to be shipping. They do Star Trek figures, 1/6 scale Star Trek figures. They announced that they were going to be no suspending shipments to the U.S. due to the tariffs because of things that are supposed to go into effect on May 2nd. So I wouldn't be surprised if things were to carry forward with that. Then I doubt they would be the only overseas company that would probably make similar decisions like that. But again, hopefully that stuff won't actually go kick into effect, and people will kind of pull things back. But definitely, if we go all in on the whole trade war thing, it's not going to end well for the toy industry. I'm curious about how they justify a maximum Deadpool for $50 when we just got the San Diego Comic Con 2-pack version with tons of accessories, extra figure roughly the same price as a maximum. Well, until we actually know 100% what the price is going to be, and what exactly it's going to include, I mean, to me, there's no point in speculating. Let's wait and see what they show us. Let's see what it actually costs. Um, I mean, Deadpool is one like Spider-Man for me, where it's probably going to be a cool figure, but I don't necessarily know if it's going to be one that I want to get because I'm pretty happy with the Deadpool figures that I already have. So I'm just not a big enough Deadpool fan to want to spend that much money on another figure. So if in fact it is Deadpool, it's a good chance I will pass on that one. I do currently have the Hulk one pre-ordered, though even that one I've kind of been waffling on. Um, I I probably will keep the pre-order, but I wouldn't be I might see myself canceling that pre-order as well. And it's not that I've seen people's pictures of the Spider-Man, and it's really cool. It looks really good. It's just again for me, Spider-Man's just not a character that is worth paying that much. And when it comes to accessories, I'm just not that big into most accessories. They end up going into a drawer. I've got so many drawers of accessories that you know it would take me like probably a year just to go through all the drawers I have of accessories and like matching the accessories back up with the figures because I was not I see guys that like they have like little cases and they label all I just toss them in a drawer and then if I I'll go search for it if I need it but my accessories are not well organized. The Bat Pod, the newer one, the newest one, I assume that's coming to Target. I do not know. Probably should be soon, but I don't believe they gave a date on that one. Yeah, they confirmed here in the United States it would be a Target exclusive, but I don't have any kind of release date, and I haven't heard of anybody finding that one here in the United States yet. So sorry, I don't have anything more specific for you. Though again, that one is going to be a Target exclusive here in the U.S. Judge Dredd says, I recommend a fishing tackle box for accessories. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, I mean, anything like that. Of course, then you got to find a place for the tackle box. But yeah, it's just, I've never been. some things I'm well organized on, and others I'm not. And with accessories, I never have been. Like I say, I toss them in drawers. I don't like separate them. I do try and keep them fairly confined. So, like for instance, this whole thing of drawers is mostly accessories. So I have a general idea of where to look when I need an accessory, but I definitely would have to do some digging to find, when I'm looking for something specific. But definitely, I'm not a good example uh, when it comes to how to store and keep your accessories organized because I just um yeah, it's not like, oh, we refuse. It's that it's become so expensive with the tariffs and everything that it is no longer practical for some of these places to ship, and it's based on the amounts and things like that that they're shipping. But yes, it is definitely causing a lot of issues with places shipping from China to the United States. And I believe Timu was one that said that they were stopping. I've never used that website, so I'm not super familiar, but I do recall seeing something about that. But like I say, we're keeping our fingers crossed that based on the news this morning that perhaps um, things will ease up a bit with all of that stuff, and we won't end up having worst case scenarios with it, with prices, with pre-orders delayed or canceled, or all of that stuff. So we'll think happy thoughts and hope that ends up being the case. Do I think companies like big are hold? I think I think many places are maybe trying to hold as long as possible. Again, hoping that there's going to be a quick turnaround with this stuff. But I think if this ended up dragging out for any period of time, they would have no choice. They couldn't afford to just not ship things. So, um, but yes, I wouldn't be surprised if there were some minor delays, not just not just the manufacturer or not just the retailers, but manufacturers, things like that as well. So I think a lot of people are just have really been hoping that this is not going to be a long drawn out thing and that it'll end quickly and then business can return to normal. But and like I say, again, based on today's news, there is some indication that that might end up being the case. All right. Well, we're coming up on 4 o'clock, so I think we're going to call it a wraps today. I don't know if I will be back on, depending, there's not a lot. It's going to be a pretty quiet week for news, so I'm not expecting much. Again, we do have the Marvel Legends She Hulk pre order tomorrow. Um, and then we've got a couple of pre orders next week, early next week. But again, for the rest of this week, it's going to be pretty quiet. So I don't know if I'll be back with a video on Friday, but if not Friday, then should probably definitely be back on Monday. Um, so I'll keep you posted. But as always, guys, thank you very much for tuning in and listening to me ramble. If you become an action figure enthusiast, there's a link in the video description of how to do that. We will do another contest giveaway for $100 store credit. We did one the other day, but we'll do another one when I hit 50 action figure enthusiast, or if I hit 50, we will do one. So if you haven't become one, think about doing so. And the quicker I hit the 50 mark, the quicker we can give some more money away. Of course, I also have the two contests on Marvelous News and Toy News International for $100 store credits each. There are links in the video description for those as well. So As always, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. And without my mouse for. Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notifications. Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. For all the latest action figure news, be sure to head over to ToyNewsEye.com, MarvelousNews.com, JediInsider.com, and TFormers.com. And remember, action figures are great,